Welcome back to the Pack Hero Festival. All right, so the next session of the Union stage will be presented by Mikko Larkela. So Mikko is the founder of a new solution called mySuperMon. So Mikko was part of our Whopper. So we had the chance. So I had the chance to be one of the organizer of the Whopper that happened in the headquarters of Neotys here in Geminos. And Mikko was part of the experts during that Whopper. And he is basically an expert in database.
First of all, thank you all, Neotys. This is I'm so happy to be here. So it's very nice event, and everything is so cool. So, okay, but yeah, I have been entrepreneur since 2013 and doing consultant work, mainly on databases in legacy systems, mainly on finance sector and healthcare sector, and mainly focusing. And there's some performance tests also in going on. I have been responsible for some big projects and tuning on database during the implementation. Okay, but let's go to the actual event. So I will tell about the problems what I'm facing on during my consultant career, and then how to tune, and how we make the testing, and then demos and alerting parts, and the integrations. So this is like a normal situation from application servers to database servers, the traffic. Not much traffic and response time is good. Now, everything is going well. But then what can happen? Example in Black Fridays, that a lot of users are coming to application and there's a lot of traffic. Response time is bad just to this traffic. But this also can so the reason for this might be also the softwares. So they have deployed new application in production, and the software is the root cause for all this. Here are some key areas what I'm focusing when I'm trying to fix and analyze. Poorly coded SQLs. It's like we can have like subqueries, and we should rather do them as a join. So if you can reduce it, it will much faster process. Too many calls to database. It's like Hibernate N+1 problem. So, and sorts is one problem also. Can lead to slow responsible response times. Okay. To redesign the program flow, yeah, just fetch only data what is needed. Usually, when we are fetching select star, you cannot optimize on database level what is good. Your numbers, I will go to actual how we are monitoring databases during the load test. I will skip on the metrics and stuff. So while I'm doing in my consultant corral, sometimes there is coming teams to ask me to help. Can you help me on performance tuning? There's some problem in database side during the performance test. So I'm there going to test on database side. So I have during my consultant I have used to have some scripts. So on when start testing, I will reset the cache, the database cache, and I will create those temp tables. And during the run, I have some cron job which is inserting data, the temp tables. And on stop, I will insert again data, the temp tables, and then I can query the results and see how the batch has gone. And I'm usually writing a report to development teams. And then I can also make a comparison with previous run and the current run. And so I can write suggestions to development teams how to fix this problem. And here is one example how we can do this. You can clean the cache. It's just only for testing purpose. This is for a SQL server. So you can select data from query stats and insert it to one temp table. And after run, you can query from your tables the results. And based on these queries, you can improve the development team, what actions they should do to improve performance. So this is one example of my last performance project when they have problem with the batch processing. So here we have 5 deliveries. We have first take a baseline, and then I monitoring, take results to tables, and I have tried to report to development team what you should fix on that. And they fix, and we rerun. We've done that 5 times. Okay, but then there's something about mySuperMon and tool, because I have used these scripts for my consultant work for many years. And 2018, we start to build an application. So there's no need to do any manual work anymore. Usually those monitoring tools are time specifics. So with here, we are focusing on use cases. So we can collect data from different use cases by starting and stopping the recording. So example, in load testing case, we can start call startup when load testing started. And then during the run, we can call rest API calls, example every 5 seconds, to get results. And we are comparing these during the run situation results, previous or baseline. And if there's coming some difference, we are making notification. And on stop, again, we are taking results and we are comparing the overall results. So here is more about run comparison. So we have yellow, we have a baseline, and red line is a current run. And there is a different in third run situation call. There is a now coming deviation, because we are comparing every run situation call to previous or baseline one. And also the number of virtual users. So we have third execution, 10 virtual users, and then there is a difference happens on database side. There is some more load happening at the same time on data source. Some more activities has added there. So it's failed. It's coming. We are generating new event for this moment. Deviation 50%. Value and old value, it's increased so much that we are generating the actual event. Okay, and we are also pushing it to Neolord event. For these, when we have in here in third line, we have the deviation is more than threshold, and we are generating it to Neolord event. Here we are seeing in the event that number of executions has 260 now, and previously it was 29. So it's more than defining threshold. So we are pushing the event to Neolord. And also in stop recording, we are comparing to the previous or the baseline. Every metrics what has been defined, all the database metrics. Example, exec count, how many database calls has made, and is there some difference? And based on this, the whole run can be made as failed. Okay, and on stop, also in Neolord, we have a link. I will show you soon the link. What is the content of that during database, during the test? Okay, I'm now in Neolord SaaS. And here is 5 runs. We have, you can see here is we have connected to mySuperMon. We are monitoring to SQL Server data source, which is Konakart application and Mikko database. And these metrics are available in Neolord SaaS, also in runtime, to see how different database metrics are behaving during the load test. Example, logical reads. And load the events parts also during the run. Number of execution has been increased, so we can see the actual event also here. Okay, and then let's see the report. After stop, we are providing the report also here. So we can copy it from here, and I think it's over here. So this is generated through mySuperMon tool, and we are providing a report on SaaS on live. So here we can see the latest runs, and based on the database data source metrics, we are defining is it the boarding, and here is the failure one. Here is the compared timestamp, so it tells that this our current run has been compared to this time run. And here is the summary metrics like number of execution and total worker time compared with these two. And then we have also all the queries. Here's the worst executed queries during this neoload event. And here, when we are saying that we have more queries now, we can find out which queries has been increased compared to the previous line. And here the results, we are pointing as yellow color those new queries that we are not able to compare. So there you can actually do the analysis and see what is the reason why number of executions has been increased. Also in other example, this 73 was executed here. Here in previously. Available here. Yes, and here the reason is, one second, it's 72 was the logical read was increased a lot. We can see that it's reading so much more rows. And for SQL Server, we have also available explain, so we can see actually what's happening during this execution. If there's any missing index or any other reason. And for MySQL and Postgres, our analytics is, our explain is in JSON format. So here you can also see how many rows are present on this table. And based on that, we are providing some advice to the user that to improve your performance, you can use the application cache. So we have some logic over there to make the analytics. How often the query has been executed and how much rows are in the table. So it depends on that. We are making some advice. And also we are providing some advice to join tables. If there is used different queries and there is a foreign keys available, and that's also we recommend also to join tables. Okay, and one more architectural picture how this all has been integrated now with Neotys. So we can make we have a webhook calls to mySuperMon SaaS. And we have Neoload generating a load against Konakart, and Konakart has a database which mySuperMon agent is monitoring during the run. When start recording is called at our SaaS, we are starting to monitoring database here. And when run call is called, again we are taking a snapshot here and sending them here. Few words, mySuperMon, our SaaS is now live and it's all freemium to use. People can try it out. Like Neoload, we can integrate easily with REST API calls. We have a Swagger. We have operations. We have really like a start, run, stop, and also our report, where is all comparison results. We are providing that also as a REST API call. If someone wants to see that also. You can, yeah, it's like all the metrics, all the queries, all the different CICs, comparison results based on the baseline, based on the previous one. Similar way, our start, run, all available with REST API call with JSON response. Okay, then I'm done. I'm not sure how much time I still have left, but I have complete my talks here now.
Just one small question from my end. So just to wrap it up, so the mySuperMon is mainly been designed for testing. So it means you're not going to utilize mySuperMon in a production environment. It's going to be mainly to take advantage of mySuperMon to detect if you have a different type of activity during a testing cycle. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. For design for some automation test flow where we can have similar test set going again and again repeated. So then we can have reliable results from the database side.
So here you took the example of just mySuperMon with load test with Neoload, but technically, if I have any unit tests that I have built from my end, I can basically utilize mySuperMon by just making, like you mentioned, the start record before I launch my test. I do my test and then I do the stop, and then you will tell us from what happens on database if we are better or worse compared to the previous ones, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, this is the plan, and yeah.
And just also, because you mentioned that there is an agent that you set up on at the application side. What type of rights or what type of credentials or privileges you need for to run that agent? And also what would be the various type of agent format that you have? I mean, I guess maybe you have a standard Linux or Windows, whatever installation, or do you have any sort of container that could also be installed in a Kubernetes environment or in a containerized environment? So tell us more about on the agent side.
Yeah, we have currently we have a Docker images for MySQL, Postgres, and SQL Server, and we are working on MongoDB also, and Oracle is coming next. And we also have a Windows installers product. And
for the agent.
Yes, for the agents. Yes. And it's also possible to have our whole application on-premises installation. Because in the legacy systems and our few pilot customers, they have the whole setup on-prem installation. They have their own server for our dashboard and our CMS server. And then they can have agents for multiple test servers, what they have. Okay. That's also possible. But we are providing SaaS, so people can go and try it for free. They can download Docker now for MySQL, Postgres.
And for my interest, so you install the agent. Is there, when you install and you define the agent, you attach it to an app or to something? Is there a way to differentiate? For example, this is my app, customer CRM, whatever, and this is my app, customer CRM for in dev environment. But then you can mark that's to differentiate. For example, application A, B, C, D, version, environment. So then when you do the comparison, you're comparing, okay, that's the, I'm comparing something that could be comparable. If I run in dev and then next day I run in pre-prod, obviously my database, the infrastructure that I have is could be significantly different. So did you also consider which environment you're currently running your test to compare these things as well?
Yes, we can add their multiple applications. We have terminology of application. In Neotys also we are starting with application. So one application we can include now, example, multiple data sources. But yeah, we can have one application for staging, one for pre-prod, and one for also the teams, for unit teams, development teams also. I recommend to have one agent for them during development phase. They can use this during development also.
Okay, great. All right, that's it from my end. So let me enable the webcam of the other PAC members. In fact, we already only have Andreas connected. So let me enable Andreas Gestmeyer's webcam and Mike. So hi.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. Good, and you?
Very good. Pleasure to have you here. So do you have any questions for Mikko related to just the...
You already answered. Like, my question was if you also have a on-premise offering, but you already answered that for some customers you have on-premise, because I was wondering like database stuff and maybe critical, like for privacy, but you also answered everything.
Yes. Yeah. That's why we have on-premises too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't want to have
especially
any outside activities. Yeah.
For banks or government institutions, which are probably critical.
So one question that pops in my mind. So you have API, so I guess people can if you do their own pipeline or their own build process, they could call it your API. But are you planning, or do you have maybe already libraries for various CI/CD platform of the market, for example, GitLab or Jenkins or Azure DevOps or whatever it is. So then from those products, you have sort of simplified. So it will sort of help the project to avoid coding the API directly in their Groovy scripts or their pipeline scripts, but having like something that will guide them in that. Are you planning? Do you have them, or are you planning to have that?
Yeah, we have some Selenium integration help on our side. We have implemented, but and also on Jenkins we have integrated our report also available in Jenkins also. But that's it for now. Nothing more than that.
But it's going to be in your backlog, I guess.
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So I have. So any other questions, Andreas, from your end?
No.
All right. No question from my end as well. So thanks, Mikko. So maybe you can maybe drop in the chat the link to your app if people wants to look at it later on, so you can have the details. And so thanks, Mikko, for presenting, taking the time to build the content for the Pack Hero Festival. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much to be here. It was